Hi everyone, we're Sally and David Guest. Thank you so much for joining us for this webinar, our roadmap to creating a successful online business. We want to provide as much value for you as possible today. So we're going to dive in and just share with you a little bit about what we have been doing to really create more time in our family to do what we really, really love, and also create more residual income in our lives to create the lifestyle freedom that we truly desire. Yeah. So we'll start. Dave will introduce himself, tell you a little bit about himself, and I'll do the same, and then we'll get into the juicy bits of this webinar.
So hello again, everyone. David Guest. I'm a chiropractor, born and raised Eastern Ontario, and I will spare you my life story other than tell you the ultimate story of why we got into what we're doing now and why we're so passionate about it. So as I mentioned, I'm a chiropractor. If you don't know about chiropractic, we need to use our hands, our arms for my work. So pretty important things. And unfortunately, about 10, 11 years ago, I had a pretty bad accident and dislocated my elbow, which rendered me immediately useless in the clinic. This was about 3 months into opening a brand new clinic in New Zealand, where I was living at the time. And probably through that, I was off work for about 3 months, signed my disability insurance, which I do recommend everyone have, signed my policy on a Friday in the morning with my insurance advisor, who was a patient, and it was that evening where I injured myself. So obviously made the call, please tell me I am covered for disability. Yeah, for disability. And he said, well, you've signed it, but it wasn't underwritten, so you have no coverage. So we got through it. I'm still alive, obviously, but we lost, I would say, maybe $30,000 to $40,000 in the 3 months because I had to pay a locums. The overheads, as you can understand with any business, don't stop. And because it wasn't me in there using my time and my services or delivering the services, pretty quickly we ran into a debt. So yes, everything's fine. Yes, I went back into the clinic, but since then, and again, it's about 10 or 11 years ago, both Sally and I have, I would say, looked very regularly and kept our minds open to anything that comes across us in terms of creating a residual or automatic income for ourselves that's not reliant on my arms or us basically factoring in our time in exchange for money, like getting paid for the hour, like so many people do. So I'm not super skeptical about a lot of things, but I was very not apprehensive, but just kind of taking a back seat and looking at it with a big eye, if you will. And what we'll talk about today, very, very congruent, has allowed us to already create more time, financial freedom, and we both love it, I would say. And yeah, after looking at quite a few different options, different things that we wanted to look at this and saying no basically to all of them for various reasons, be it, and well, again, we'll touch upon this, but things like not having to carry a stock, not having to do monthly minimums, not having to sell to friends and family. What we're doing offers all of that in a very congruent way, in a very organized and structured way. We both love it. We both have fun doing it. And for me, again, as a chiropractor, I love chiropractic. I will continue practicing, but I just know moving forward, not only will the income increase, but we're doing it in a congruent way that we both love.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Pretty important. But again, like pretty important to me, especially because yes, I make decent money as a chiropractor. It is reliant on my arms. And again, I'm not trying to get out of chiropractic. I love it. I will continue practicing. But I always just in the back of my mind, ever since that accident, what would happen if something happened when I'm mountain biking? And I don't do jumps when I'm mountain biking or anything else. I'm pretty careful, but you never know when something else would happen. Yes, my disability's
in place
for wherever we are in the world.
But it's also being able to continue being useful, you know, even if you can't practice chiropractic,
Yeah.
even if we, you know, are incapacitated in any way and not able to, you know, kind of run a bricks and mortar business or, you know, be able to exchange our time for money. We want to be able to create a lifestyle, a business that allows us to be anywhere and be giving back in a massive way.
Yeah.
And that was really what attracted me into this in the first place, because I come from a background in law, and I actually left the law because really at the end of the day, I was showing up to a job day in, day out, 40 plus hours per week that was taking me away from spending time with Dave, helping him in the business. And
you're just miserable.
Yeah,
like you hated it.
Well, yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, I probably enjoyed about 5 to 10% of the work. And my favorite part of the job was being president of the social club. So that's not really saying that too many good things about the
good law degree use there.
Yeah. So, you know, I left the law. And you're working with Dave in his clinic. You know, we built up a very successful business. We owned a 5-bedroom home, 5 minutes walk from one of New Zealand's most beautiful beaches, and everything was peachy, except for the fact that I still felt like that was Dave's thing, and that I wanted something for myself. You know, something where I was making a difference, because I was seeing him day in, day out, helping all these people, you know, with their health, with, you know, back problems. I mean, not that chiropractic is about fixing back pain. However, you know, like he was helping people relieve pain and or get healthier in their lives. I was like, I want a bit of that. I want to make a big difference. And so it was around about that time that I started organizing events. That's the thing that comes to me naturally, you know, president of the social club, you know, like I can organize an event with my eyes closed. And I started organizing events for women, in particular around women's health. And you know, through that journey, I was still like, yeah, it's cool to organize a great event. However, I want to be making a much bigger, deeper impact on people's lives. So I ended up training as a coach and starting a coaching business. And it was all hunky-dory. It was so much fun in the beginning, and, you know, putting myself out there and like, hey, I'm a coach, and I'm going to be changing people's lives and helping them shift their limiting beliefs and help them create more of what they desire. And, you know, I did that, and I had many great clients who got really fantastic results working with me. I have no question marks around my ability to help people at that level. I've got the training and the experience to do it. However, the biggest issue that I faced was creating a system within my business that was feeding me a diet of warm leads, or people that were interested in working with me that I could have a conversation with and sign up as a coaching client. So essentially, my marketing and sales system within my business, particularly online, trying to find new clients online, was broken. It wasn't working. And, you know, so because I had the product, you know, like great coaching services that was changing people's lives. And I had many of the elements for a great business. However, I wasn't able to nail down that piece in terms of creating compelling marketing and sales copy and really attracting people in to want to work with me. So we've kind of come into this from a slightly different angle. However, at the end of the day, the goal is the same. Yeah. I mean, at the end,
so many of you watching this, family is very important. We have one and then another one basically on the way. And obviously what we are doing right now is creating for ourselves, but ultimately our family.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
That like can be passed legacy. On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact is that, and I heard someone say this the other day, like if you're not leveraging all your connections and your social media, your online, if you're not leveraging that to, you know, build an income online, then that's just money being left at the front door. And it's not about the money at all. It is very much about, you know, us wanting to create a legacy for our family, you know, but also
and live our lives how we want to
live our lives on the terms
that
that we desire, which is, you know, more time. Dave's not, you know, he's not the sole breadwinner while we've got young children at home, that we're creating that legacy or residual income, and we're able to do more of what we love: travel, adventure. But the big thing for us, I was talking to Dave earlier, and like like we were talking about what we could, if we could do anything on this planet, what would we want to do? And maybe you should share it, like, rather than me telling everyone.
Well, no, you can tell them. You go ahead. Go. And then I'll chime in.
Yeah. Well, no, but Dave was just saying that if he could, just make a small difference. Like yesterday, we were out at the supermarket. There's snow everywhere because we're based in Ottawa, Canada at the moment. And a woman with a baby was struggling to get the cart across the parking lot. So Dave actually went over and helped her, like, with her, guy, but like helped her with.
She was never going to do it by herself.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, my goal is obviously just leave the world a better, help people, leave the world in a better way.
Yeah.
Than what it is, especially for those generations, like. Our daughter is 4, she knows, but she doesn't really know, like, what the world's like or how things are, because all she wants to do is play every day. But like leaving it better and healthier moving forward than what it is right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we share that same passion around health and helping people take responsibility for their own lives in order to create something more for themselves, to more of what matters, and to create what they actually desire for themselves. And I'm guessing that if you're watching this, you're interested in having more time with the people that you love, having more time for more adventure or doing what you're passionate
living life
about
on your terms versus being
chained to a desk,
slave to a job type thing. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but as we'll talk about, there's been over 200 people doing what we're doing that have actually quit their 9-to-5 jobs, like full out quit, because it's working so well.
Absolutely. So and for me, like, I look at my daughter and I look at the next generation, and then I look at us, in our early 40s, and like, it's been quite the journey, like, because with all my struggles in my coaching business, and with Dave, like, he's had like several startup practices, and we could tell you from personal experience that having startup businesses is not very fun. And like, so we've been there, we've been through some tough times, both financially and like in our relationship, like trying to manage businesses,
and all over the world we've lived in,
and we've lived in 3 different countries, and like all the challenges that come with that. And like, it's been like a friggin' roller coaster ride, I kid you not, like, and we deal with our own challenges, and through my coach training, I know that all comes back down to what we believe about ourselves at that core level. And I've entertained these beliefs and thoughts and feelings about myself, like, most of my adult life, starting in my childhood, that I'm worthless, I'm not good enough, that I'm a failure, and all these sorts of things. And I only share that with you because it's really important to me that I don't pass that down to my daughter and my next child, and I want to leave the world a better place in terms of, the next generation being much more empowered in terms of having the tools to create what they desire straight out of the gate, so they don't have to go through the struggle that we've been through. And that really drives us, and
so why don't we get into a little bit more about what we're actually
the actual business. For sure, because this is the thing. This platform, the sales and marketing platform that we're going to share with you today, basically ticks all the boxes. So you're obviously interested or thinking about wanting to make money online, or you already have a business that has like an online marketing and sales component. However, you're struggling in that business. It may be a network marketing business. It could be a
product that's being sold. You're not quite sure how to go through the structure of actually selling it for a profit.
Yeah, and so what we want to share with you today is actually how you take whatever you're doing and you turn that into a successful online business, because we all want to leverage online. We all want to, utilize the contacts and whatnot that we've created and social media. And, if you can really start generating some great income from your efforts, then it's all worthwhile. So we'll first share with you the 5 key elements that you need that create the roadmap to a successful online business. And, the first thing that you need at the end of the day is a great product or service, right? It's got to be a product or service that is, something that people want
or filling
need.
Filling a need.
It's filling a need, know. What do people need? And, like say if you are a coach or have done coaching, I mean, like Dave's product or service is, chiropractic services within his clinic, and so he does great because there's a lot of people out there with health issues that want to come and see him. So you need a really great product. And what we see online a lot of the time is, particularly like I had a very brief account with a very well-known essential oil company for a while there. And, so you see a lot of people out there trying to sell a lot of small items, like a lot of essential oils or a lot of supplements or a lot of makeup to just be able to make a decent amount of money.
To make it worth their while.
Yeah, so you're having to sell like thousands of products in order to make thousands of dollars. And so what we're saying to you is actually, well, why not take a higher ticket item, like a product that is wanted or needed, but is, kind of more on the higher scale in terms of price, and make a larger commission, but you're having to sell so many less in order to succeed. And, here's the thing, like, coaches and whatnot, like the coaches that are really doing well, not only are they leveraging themselves in terms of, like selling one to many with online plans and programs and whatnot, but, they've got that really high ticket item of working with them one-on-one for like 10, 20, I mean, even 100 grand, So that's the first thing. I mean, do you have anything to add on product? Yeah. So the second key element for a successful online business is having a personal brand where people know, like, and trust you online. Because I can bet your bottom dollar that if you're watching this and you do not like me and Dave, there is no way in hell you're going to pick up anything that we're putting down. In fact, you might have already turned this off by now. So the thing is that people don't necessarily in the first instance like go out to buy things. Like often people are attracted to seeing people like Dave and I, we're out there
or relating to them, and seeing eye to eye with them, or again having the same values maybe that you and I have, or if they have different values from us, again they're not going to resonate with us. So,
exactly. But you say you've come into this webinar because you've seen what Dave and I are doing, you're interested yourself in solving some of your time and financial issues. If you signed up in the first place, resonated with Dave and I on some level, and but there is no way that you're going to go ahead with anything with us if you can't see us as genuine people and people that are actually demonstrating something of what you actually desire to create yourself. I mean, I think we can all agree that, like no one's buying anything from us. And if you go out there and create a personal brand online, no one's going to buy anything from you if they don't know, like, and trust you. So we'll discuss how to do that shortly. But next, I want to share the third important component or key element to creating that roadmap to a successful online business is having a sales and marketing system that actually works. I mean, I've already shared with you that my personal sales funnel for my coaching business was very broken. It wasn't feeding me a warm diet of leads of people who know, like, and trusted me that wanted to actually work with me. And that's where a big chunk of my business broke down. So, it's all about systems, like if you come to us and then you have a horrible experience with us and you're left with loads of questions to be answered and you don't really know what's happening and it's just not you're not going through a process to the end where you're kind of offered a product at the end, then that's not really a system that's working, is it? So at the end of the day, sales and marketing system, a sales and marketing system, particularly for an online business
that works,
is absolutely crucial. And at the end of the day, it has to work. It has to convert leads into paying customers. Otherwise, what's the point, you know?
And should we say though that we don't create the sales and marketing funnel?
No.
It's done for us and it works.
Yeah.
And it's created by people that do this for a living.
Absolutely. Again, I'll share a bit more of the how once we, just in a few minutes, because the fourth point is like having an absolutely phenomenal mindset. It is not easy whether
crucial.
It's not easy whether you've got a bricks and mortar business, whether you're like a network marketer, a coach, or whatever. If you are not in alignment with your goals and intentions, if you don't even know what your goals and intentions are, if you haven't got clarity around that and you're not taking action that supports that, then you're very quickly going to go off on a tangent that is not going to support you creating more of what you desire. And I think Dave and I have both done that in the past, just in terms of, like,
you don't know what you don't know, but then you just keep trying.
Yeah. But, like our heads getting in the way, sabotaging certain things that we're doing, or not following through, giving up. I think every human being on the planet has, kind of given up on something or not followed through or whatever. And so having like a really powerful mindset, knowing who you are, what it is that you truly desire, and then creating a plan that supports that, but taking action on that plan, that's where the powerful mindset is so important. Because if you're not taking the action and the aligned action, you're going to keep going off on tangents and not get anywhere very fast. So that's absolutely key. And then finally, number 5, key element is having support. Like having a community of like-minded people who are in alignment with you, maybe doing something similar to you, or have the knowledge and the wherewithal to support you in your journey is absolutely crucial. Because if you're out there, no one has ever become successful on their own.
And without fail. You can't, like, everybody's been successful has failed at least at dozens and dozens of things in one capacity or another.
Absolutely. You just need to look at, say, an elite athlete, you look at the team around them, massage therapists, chiropractors, like a whole team of people that are helping them get to the court for a Grand Slam final, if it's tennis, So, having support, having a community that have your back, that
answer the questions that you may have that come up.
Have the knowledge and can support you on that journey is absolutely crucial to your success. So far, I've shared with you 5 of the key elements that create the roadmap to creating a successful online business. And essentially what we've shared with you, like having a great product that people want and need, like having a personal brand that attracts people to want to buy from you, a great marketing and sales system that actually converts, having an epic mindset that supports you on that roller coaster ride of entrepreneurship or small business, and then the support in the background to help you keep on track for accountability and all of that, and also knowledge. All of that has been packaged up into this unbelievable platform, business sales and marketing platform, that we would like to invite you to test out today. So this is our business. We did not build this platform. We are members of this platform.
We follow the steps.
And we have basically taken and followed all of the training, all of the steps in the background of this platform to create a successful online business ourselves. It work for us. Exactly. And it's quite frankly been the best investment of our lives. And so if you're interested in creating financial freedom, more time, all of that online, then this is the roadmap. This is our roadmap. I'm not saying that it's the only way. There's others.
But this one works for us for thousands and thousands and thousands of other people, just like us, just like you guys that are watching this, to show you from A to Z exactly what needs to be done to create what you want.
Exactly. And even better, like in the back end of this platform, there actually is an offer. There is a product that this platform is built around in the health technology space. I'm not going to go into detail on this because you actually may already have your own offer. You may already have your own product or service, and you're just interested in learning how to effectively market and sell that online. And so what we're saying is that this particular platform has been built with that in mind. So if you're looking for more knowledge, more training, step-by-step plan on how to even just start a business in a weekend using only your phone and your laptop and the internet, then this platform is super powerful. And that's why thousands of people are getting into it and really learning from the best internet marketers on the planet. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than you're having that all handed to you on a silver platter, and you're taking all of those issues out from under you because you're having to build all of this yourself. Would take thousands, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And hundreds of hours.
Exactly. So like that's really what we would love to offer to you today. This particular platform, it costs $100 per month to access and use, and you get access to all of the training for that. And for you can go into this platform for 14 days for a risk-free trial. So you're not, like...
No obligation.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can properly see the product, the compensation plan, how the back end is structured, because that's key. Again, if it's congruent for you, maybe have a personal call, one-on-one.
An advisor call.
With an advisor who can answer, if we can't, which we will anyways, if you reach out to us, but the advisor will answer any single question that you have to make sure that this business is right for you. Because ultimately that's what it is. And 14 days, no, it's not 48 hours. Yes, you get some time to take a look at everything. Yes, there might be a little bit more work involved once you get into the trial, just to watch a few more videos, have the call, do your due diligence, which is exactly what I did when we looked at it, to make sure that it's the right fit for you or the right fit for your family in terms of allowing you to achieve your goals of what you want to achieve, be it time, money, everything else moving forward.
Absolutely. Like how amazing, like if you have a desire to be one of the people at the forefront of taking, like this massive shift with technology, and this is the way the world is going, And so if you're not making money online and you're so many traditional businesses are going to be going out, like within the next, say, 15, 20, whatever years, right?
And another good point though, too, is so many people do this and still work their normal 9-to-5 job.
Exactly.
And I think as a guideline, do they not suggest just simply 1 hour a day? Some do more, some do lots more, some do less. But ultimately, the fact is, when you look at it, when you follow the steps that are laid out for you, it actually works in terms of creating you or allowing you to have more time or have more money freedom with cold, hard cash coming to you once you follow the steps.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, it is all about following the steps. And like, how cool is that even if you don't have a product or a service, that you can access all of, we didn't. Although you are using a lot of what you're learning in the marketing for the clinic as well, because that's the thing, it's transferable. So we're not saying you have to be starting from scratch. You may already have a product or a service, but at the end of the day, how cool is it that without a product or a service to sell, that you can access this platform and all the training and whatnot to show you how to start up a business in a weekend and actually start going out there and marketing yourself, creating a brand and selling online and start earning
and having
an
that
income.
Work for you, have the machine work for you versus just you again having to trade your time for money being paid by the hour. Which is anything but.
For us, it was like a no-brainer. We saw this, we were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I mean, in our first week, we had, was it like, what were our sales?
I can't remember the sales.
Was it 10,000
or
8,000?
Just under 10,000.
Yeah, of sales in our first week. You know, and
following the steps.
Following the steps. And, you know, like we just were like right into it because it was so aligned with us. As you'll find, like the product in the back end, like super aligned for us, may or may not be for you, but like that's the thing, there's no pressure. You get to start your business and follow the steps on your own terms. So if this interests you, then we've got a link below. So there's the 14-day trial of the platform. It's risk-free. So yes, you do invest $100 up front, or is it 99?
It's not,
yeah,
US,
99.
And it's 100% refunded back to you
if you don't go ahead
within the 14 days.
Yeah. So you go through the training, you go
through 2 full
through
weeks to look at it all.
Yeah.
Have a call.
And if you don't,
all your questions, concerns would be answered. Talk to other people that are doing it and see how much they love it, just like we do.
Yeah, and if it isn't the best knowledge and training,
you'll have learned something regardless.
Exactly. Like there's nothing to lose. So on that note, we've also provided a link below if you'd like to have a short chat with either Dave or I, just to answer any of the questions that you may have prior to going into the 14-day trial, because you know Dave, he wanted to do a lot more due diligence than I did. I was like, right, this is awesome.
Right into it,
right into it. And Dave took a little bit longer just to get his head around what it was all about, and he had questions. So we're happy to answer any of those upfront questions.
Very happy to jump on a call.
But all I can say is that this 14-day trial and going through the discovery process and having your advisor call, everything is explained to you in the back and in detail. So, you know, like we may well be doubling up, and actually that is the effectiveness of the system, is you're actually having faith and utilizing the system, getting in there and letting it do its job, which is to educate you, inform you, and help you make the best decision for you as to whether you want to start an online business or not within this organization. So in any event, it's over to you.
That's us.
No pressure. That's us. And we are here to support you. We can't think of anything more amazing than helping you have the same experience that we've had.
Yeah. And just ultimately, you do it, you keep an open mind to it and follow the steps, it will change your life.
Absolutely.
In many and multiple ways, not just your life, your partner's life, your family's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we only get one shot, so make it worthwhile and keep an open mind, go for it.
Absolutely. So thank you for watching us on that note, and we'll be in touch again soon.
Thanks very much.
Bye.